the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Checking out the 76ers, no question, they've got this game penciled in as a win, but they still have to go out and make plays. They'll look to grab an early lead and get this one over with early. Guys, let's talk about Nerlens Noel. Really made the most of his rookie season, which was actually, if you want to say, was his second season.
Yeah, it really wasn't his rookie.
But it really, no, technically he was a rookie.
Okay.
After sitting out after the ACL surgery.
Yeah.
So defensively, what do you think?
Yeah, but you know, when you sit down and watch for a year on an NBA bench, I think that was an incredible advantage for him as a defender because he changes a lot of shots because now he can read the defenses better, and he's a terrific ball hawk, gets lots of steals. This guy has a bright future.
So he's a rookie, but he's got a lot more knowledge of the NBA game than he would of a guy who's actually in his first year.
And he has the potential to be one of the best defensive big men in the entire league.
Wow.
If he continues to play the way he's playing.
Wow, yeah, that is deserving of
potential.
a well.
Okay.
What's that potential?
Potential will get you fired.
I can't spell it, but I can say it. Potential.
He'll catch you.
Coming up shortly, the tip. Let's go to Kevin Harlan courtside.
.2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Philadelphia. It's the home of the 76ers, the Wells Fargo Center. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Right now, the 76ers are back in town for just one game and looking to play well for their home fans. This is a game they expect to win. They come into this matchup confident and ready to take care of business.
All of their recent games have been high energy, high quality effort. I mean, they've been playing with a lot of emotion, but they've channeled it in the right way, and they're still playing with a lot of discipline as well.
Fun to watch, guys, really. Just playing hard, but also under control. So that effort and execution that you talked about, coupled with the teamwork every time they take the floor.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Knicks. They've got Derek Williams. Duncan is out there with Kemba Walker. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Edmondson in at the 4. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. Curry against Walker. Williams a screen. 5 on the clock. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assist man.
Free throw, no good for Walker. Greg talking about Walker. You have to love the way he competes, his willingness to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and we're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
No good on the free throw.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. That they've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injuries.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy, because we know in the NBA it's a herd mentality if something works.
Now here's Duncan. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends.
Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Atlanta Hawks.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
Embiid with a screen on Walker. And it's good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job with the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Walker. 20 points for him last game against Minnesota.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
Here's Duncan. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game.
Only took him a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
And so here is Philadelphia. They trail by 1. Nails it with a hand in his face. 6 points for insanity. Here's Walker. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. He dishes it to Amundsen. Duncan left side. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And when he's gotten himself to the line this season, he's come through right around 74% of the time. Roof shot.
That free throw good from Duncan. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
And so he makes both from the line.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Now here's Embiid. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. And he gets it to go.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Outside, Walker. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, New York, no good that time either.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Here's Insanity. He's another guy who had a stellar performance in that win against Atlanta. Now Walker. There's the feed to Amundsen. Duncan left side. Lopez a screen. Pulls up on the elbow. Misses off the left iron.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Passes it to Embiid. Another miss by Philadelphia. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Walker. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Duncan's got 3 assists tonight.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Insanity. 8 points for him. Lopez with the block. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
4 on the clock. Here's Embiid. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here's Walker. 6 points for him. Lopez sets a screen for Walker. Lets it go from the wing. Nice jump shot. Good. Walker's got 8.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown. He told me they'll be looking to stretch the opposing defense and open things up by using their ability to knock down long-range shots. Success from the perimeter will translate to success on the inside. Those were his words to me, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. Always want to get those threes falling consistently.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right, because that's really the only way that you can force the defense to spread out and extend itself. And when that happens, then other opportunities are created. Big time finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. You look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
different look for New York. Pachulia, he's checked in for Lopez. Nerlens Noel comes in for Louis Amundsen. And Alec Burks subbed in for Duncan. Here's Curry. He had 19 points in the win against Atlanta.
And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, he's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked. Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector. Just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase blocks. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
Here's what Philadelphia is going with right now. Okafor's checked in, and Carl Landry is subbed in for lights out. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
First free throw is good.
And back to Carl Landry. Sophisticated scorer, a variety of post moves, a tough guy willing to play through pain, but he just never had the size or explosiveness to dominate. And now that he's getting a little older, that really has become an issue.
And both free throws good for Landry.
You know, visiting Carl Landry again here, I mean, he's a role guy. He shoots a high percentage from the field, from the foul line, gives you a little nasty and edge down low, yet you can't make him out to be more than he is.
Here's Williams. No good from 18. The 76ers trail by 3. Outside Curry. Outside for Miles. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And guys, just look at the turnover stats in that game. You're not going to win giving it up as many times as they did.
Not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense on your end and force more turnovers for the other side. That's the only way you're going to get that thing squared away.
And here is Landry. Kemba Walker hitting his 3 to go. Harris misses.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Walker. They get it again. Burks in the corner. Pass to Williams. Some nice passing by New York here. And Noel kicks to Walker. Williams for 3. And it's Miles with the rebound.
He's got to know not to take that shot when he's so closely defended.
From deep. That's good. Miles has got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Now, here's Walker. 11 points in the game. And here's Burks. And there's the pass to Noel. 5 to shoot. The 11-footer. And the shot falls short this time. The 76ers trail by 3. Outside Curry. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Harris missing again.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Philadelphia has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Landry dishes to Miles. Here's Okafor, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Knicks.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And the first one drops. As you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. So they struggled shooting when they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive.
The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the third straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Reverses. Williams with the block. There's the dish to Seraphin. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
And it's clear for the Sixers, the plan has been to continue to add good young players. Eventually, I think they'll be a force in the East. There's no guarantee, but they've got a plan and they're sticking to it.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off.
A lot of teams that win a title often have a former #1 pick leading the way, or at least a top 3 NBA draft pick as their leader. So the 76ers are trying a shotgun approach to that, trying to get as many top 3 picks as they can, hoping one turns into the next superstar.
And he sinks the second. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
The Knicks leading by 3. And Walker kicks to Burks. Outside Williams. Dishes it to Walker. 1:41 left here in the first quarter. From deep three-point range, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
Here's Walker, following the basket by Stanley Johnson. Fades, and the shot is good. And that's 15 points for Kemba Walker.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Landry, a screen on Walker. It's Curry with the drive. Walker with some nice D.
And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
Now, here's Burks. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Outside Curry. Landry with the screen. Johnson sets the screen for Curry. Trying his luck deep. Aminu with the bucket. Aminu's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams sets a screen for Walker. On the wing, Williams. All alone. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Williams has got his first points of the night.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that. They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Knicks lead by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively. Two huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Al Farouk Amino is out there with lights out. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Insanity, and it's Embiid in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Duncan outside. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Embiid wide open. Again, Philadelphia.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Duncan outside. Goes up on the wing. Aminu grabs the miss. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated into how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but... No doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He's actually a head coach for Australia for a while, an international player. 11 feet away. Bank shot. No good. The 76ers leading by 3. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And Walker kicks to Lopez. Some nice passing by New York here. Offensive rebound. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Back to Johnson. From the arc. The shot is off. And New York will come the other way. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Walker the pass to Vonleh. Lopez dishes to Vonleh. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They beat the Knicks during their last encounter in New York.
Yeah, and last time they faced off, really an easy win. They put together a pretty complete game but their edge on the glass, for me, still stands out.
Yeah, I agree with you. The numbers shout loud and strong. I mean, a major edge for them clearing the backboards, and that was the difference on the scoreboard, too.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Okafor comes in for Embiid, and Harris subbed in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Langston Galloway's checked in for the Knicks. They set the pick. In the corner, it's Harris. 6 to shoot. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career-high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, a monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
And Harris drops them both.
You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forward, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
76ers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Johnson with it. Pass to lights out. Pick by Okafor. Off the pick. Good on the jump shot. 10 points for insanity. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Here's Burks. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. The 76ers leading by 4. Feeds to Johnson. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by New York.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Duncan outside. Kicks it to Galloway. New York, no good that time either. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Harris dishes to Okafor. And let's take a minute now to give a tip of the cap to the top rookie defenders in the NBA this season. When you look at lights out, such quick hands. Second in the NBA. And, of course, insanity. He's right there as well.
And really both showing a gift at the defensive end, applying pressure and picking pockets.
You know, sometimes guys, particularly if they're young, gamble too much, but these two create turnovers within the confines of the scheme. Great work.
And he knocks down the first one.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Both free throws good for Okafor.
They didn't shoot it particularly well from the line in the first quarter. They're doing better right now.
Knicks trail by 6. Here's Galloway. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. To the wing right side. Duncan goes in. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
He's obviously hit a bit of a dry spell here. Only 1 of 5 this quarter.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Embiid, he's checked in for Okafor.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
Here's lights out. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And Kevin, that's a little taste of what can happen when the big guy takes it up strong.
Well, I guess he does have it in him then to get up off the ground when he needs to and rock it to the rim.
Yeah, you know, guys, he's never going to elevate that high, but he compensates and makes up for it with his height.
Lopez a screen. Galloway. Here's Vonleh. Can't get it to go. And Philadelphia the other way now. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And that one's good.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second. I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
Curry's checked in for Philadelphia. The Knicks also changing it up. Pachulia, he's checked in for Lopez. Amundsen comes in for Noah Vonleh. And it's Williams in for Langston Galloway. So here's Burks. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. They set the pick. Duncan left side, 6 to shoot. From downtown, and Embiid pulls it down.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Tries again.
Terrific work by Embiid. He's got 10 points and 2 rejections. The motor on this guy is amazing. Completely revved up. He's been everywhere today.
And it's hard to say which has influenced the game more, really, his offense or his D. I mean, take your pick.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shoot two.
First one falls for him. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
Williams kicks to Burks. Outside Williams. Now here's Burks. Not a lot of room. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Will it go? Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lights out, passes to Curry. Here's Harris. Off target from outside.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Burks dishes to Williams. To the paint. Here's Pachulia. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, That's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
And the 76ers making a change here. Landry's checked in. Nerlens Noel checks in for New York. Kemba Walker comes in for Alec Burks.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Landry with the screen. Curry kicks to Harris. Harris missing again. Knicks trail by 7. There's the lob to the hoop. And finished off by Williams.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeky.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Talking about Jaja's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
He really, you know what, Coach Kidd loved Jaja. Even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles. Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Count the bucket. Curry's got 6 points.
What handle? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Now Walker, 18 points for him. Williams kicks to Duncan. He feeds it to Pachulia. Back to Duncan. Uncovered. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And it's a 9-point 76ers lead. New York's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Now here's Walker. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Duncan left side. Goes up on the high post. No good off the front iron.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
It's Curry with the drive. Puts it up from 12. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Well, the city of Philadelphia has had some tough fans. There's no doubt. You know, we've seen them boo Santa Claus. You can imagine, Greg, how they felt about this Sixers team a year ago.
You know, the Sixers were going to be in trouble from the very start of the year. A lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to boo. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league last season.
But they've got hope, Greg.
A lot of young talent. Maybe this is the year it starts to materialize.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the 76ers. Insanity comes in for C.J. Miles. The drive by Duncan.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks. Well, when you look at the 76ers, it's no surprise that they have empty seats. I mean, they ended up 12 and 29 at home, which wasn't the worst mark in the NBA, but it was tied for second worst.
He kicks to Seraphin. Some nice passing by New York here. And the shot is good. And that's now 21 points for Kemba Walker.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
And Philadelphia just at times hard to watch, even at home. I mean, they have the worst home field goal percentage in the entire league. Hard to get the crowd into it if you are clanking it on the rim every trip down.
Knicks trail by 8. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Pass to Insanity. Embiid the screen. Avanti. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Insanity's got 14.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
That'll do it for the first half. 76ers ahead, leading by 8. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. The second quarter went their way, all the way, as they raced to the lead and stretched their advantage to 8 points by the halftime break. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Well, the shots were dropping ball. I mean, they was just dropping out of everywhere, dropping out the ceiling, dropping out the popcorn guy's man's hand, whatever. It didn't matter what the defense was. They found a way to get a good look almost every time. They just got to be patient, take as long as they need to keep finding those high percentage shots.
And Kenny, your take on New York.
One problem is that they didn't show enough aggressiveness on the boards. When you start losing a game, that's when you're supposed to tighten up and toughen up. Your pride has to be challenged, and you need to rise to the occasion. They've got to be more aggressive as a team, and that will cut into the lead.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.